Now let us take a look at how to configure oeStudio for a given oeCloud application and start the workflow modeler. In the last section, we have seen how to configure a oeCloud application to accommodate the oe workflow. So, in the last section, we have taken a look at how to configure workflow for a given oeCloud application. Now, in this session, we will first focus on how to configure oeStudio, and then once we learn how to do that, we will start the oeStudio and then access the workflow manager. So, first let's take a look at how to configure the oeStudio. So in order to do that, let's access this package.json, and in that we will have to be adding an entry for oeStudio. So you could see that this is the entry that you require in order to accommodate oeStudio. So this is the step number 1. Step number 2 would be access the polymer.json from the root of the application, and you should be adding a entry here under the node module / oeStudio, oestudio.js. So this should be added in the fragment section under polymer.json. And also you should be adding some dependencies under the extra dependencies section. These are the 5 entries that you would require in order to configure the oeStudio completely. So you can access this sample code from my application, which is there in the assets folder, and you could use that as it is. So having now configured the oeStudio, let us start this application, and let's see how to access the workflow modeler. I have started this oedemo app application, and as a result of that you could see the different endpoints which are exposed here. One of the endpoints happens to be the localhost :3000/designer. So this is the endpoint using which you will be able to access the oeStudio, and via that tool you will be able to access the workflow modeler. So let's head to the browser and then see how this works. So let me access the localhost :3000/designer, so to access the oeStudio. So you could see that the oeStudio is starting, and oeStudio is a combination of several tools packaged under one umbrella. So it's going to load all the tools. So you could see that the oeStudio is loaded successfully, and you could see that it's made up of several tools. The first one is model designer, using which you could configure the different model definitions. There you could see you have a UI designer and you have a workflow designer. This is the tool that we will be working shortly. And you could also see that there is a root flow designer, there is a rule manager, and there is a resource manager, and there is a component manager. So therefore these are the several tools that are packaged under this thing called oeStudio. So in order to work with the oe workflow, let's launch workflow modeler by clicking on this. So you could see that this is the opening screen of the workflow designer. You could see that it offers several of the facilities. We will learn each of these facilities in the next set of videos.